Hey, Michael here from Beer Baseball Blog, the adventures of craft beer and baseball. This is the Beer Baseball Blogcast, episode 2, May 12th, 2020. It is Craft Beer Week, so we're all super excited here. I have my usual cast of characters here, and we have a special guest, which I'll introduce in just a second. But this is the lineup card tonight. We have Angelo, Trinidad, Kevin, Lyon. I am Michael, Mondragon. Let me start with Angelo here. A fun fact was super kicked by AEW tag team the Young Bucks twice. So that's a pretty great accomplishment, wouldn't you say?
I don't know if my jaw agrees with that, but yes.
Okay, right on. And Kevin Lyon reffed a match between Randy Savage and Kevin Nash on TV.
Well, let me say they weren't against each other, but there was certain times I was on the ring. Best paydays in my wrestling career, let me tell you, getting to be in the ring with the Macho Man and Kevin Nash.
That's pretty awesome. And a fun fact about me is that I've wrestled former WWE champion Seth Rollins, who I just found out yesterday is going to be a father. Becky Lynch announced that yesterday on Raw. I've wrestled him 4 times. And I think beat him once, but that's here nor there. That was ancient history. So let me go back. John Talwar is our special guest. TopGun Talwar from our PWG days, Revolution Pro. We're so glad that you were here, John. If you could easily, if you can see what's on the screen, if you could say your hometown. You've been a baseball fan since, your team affiliation, pro wrestling connection, style of craft beer that you like, and your favorite craft brewery if you have one.
Sure, and thank you guys for having me in the show today.
As far as glad to have you.
As far as hometown, if you want the shoot hometown, I'm actually from born and raised in Sierra Madre, California. Although the character's from Miramar, California, Fightertown, USA.
Nice.
Currently residing in Orange County. Been a baseball fan since maybe I was 4 years old. I remember just my dad used to take me to the warehouse. I think it was called Warehouse, right? The VHS rental stores, and I would always rent the 1988 World Series video around the time it happened. I remember being an avid fan at a young age. I was originally a Dodger fan. Grew up, obviously growing up in LA. Was a Dodger fan initially. I was a big fan when I was small of getting autographs, or like I was an autograph chaser. I actually sent a baseball card to get autographed by Ur Hershiser at the time, who was my favorite player. And he actually sent back a photocopied like 5x7 autograph. So I was a bit disappointed at the time. My observation going to Dodger games back then was that they weren't really active at signing autographs, but the opposing teams were. One of the teams that was really hot during the time, obviously in the early 90s, was the Atlanta Braves. And also as a kid going to the games, getting all their autographs was really exciting to me, and being able to watch them on TBS. So I actually, stuck with them, and I've followed them ever since. You can see the hat I'm wearing here is actually the Gwinnett Braves, which is a AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. So, huge Atlanta Braves fan, stuck with them ever since. It's a little bit difficult going to Dodger games as a Braves fan. I've been threatened by Dodger fans saying like Braves fans carry tomahawks, but Dodger fans carry knives. But nonetheless, it's an adventure. My pro wrestling connection was actually with a couple of you guys here, Kevin and Mike. Originally, starting off in Revolution Pro, old warehouse over in Anaheim. We actually went there recently. And interestingly enough, there's a craft brewery a couple doors down from there, which I would actually say is my favorite, called the Beer Company. And just going back there and reminiscing about like our past at Rev Pro is really exciting to me. I'd honestly say that's one of my top craft breweries.
That's awesome. And you recently kind of got into craft breweries. I mean, basically through like us. I mean, before would you have? You were more like a wine guy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm more of a wine guy or Scotch guy. Nowadays, I'm like into like White Claws and Trulies or whatever. But I found, actually, you've obviously introduced me to a lot of more eclectic beers. And I'm fond of at least the variety that's out there versus just drinking the Modelo's and whatnot. But I wouldn't say I have a particular favorite style of beer. I think historically Hefeweizens have been my favorite, but it's kind of I've diverse interests across the board.
Well,
Can I
that's
ask a
awesome.
question, John, real quick? What was that Indian beer that we had at your wedding? Something 5,000 or something?
Oh, Hayward's 5,000. That's actually one of
Yeah.
my favorite beers. There's a variation of that, Hayward's 10,000, which is a stronger alcohol percentage. They're no longer imported in the U.S. I'm not even sure if they're available in India. Even now, you can't even get Kingfishers here in the U.S. I think the only Indian beer that I've seen that's not even a true Indian beer is like Taj Mahal. That's available here. But Hayward's 5,000. I remember I spent about 6 months living and working in India. That was my go-to.
That was good.
That's awesome. And I think for a lot of us, that was our gateway into imported beer, was like the Indian beers, the Chinese beer, the Japanese beers, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like I remember like vividly having my first, like, was it Singha? It was and so those are all like really great. A really interesting thing about John, his fun fact is, once wrestled WWE superstar Samoa Joe in 2005. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it's actually it was a surprise match. I found out about it the day of. Not a lot of time to prep for it mentally. Obviously, it was a mix. It was a tag match between myself and Kikutaro against him and Nosawa. But obviously, one of my fondest memories in wrestling. I'd say my favorite match in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla overall, and just getting the opportunity to wrestle someone like Joe, who's a consummate professional, was willing to take some of my offense, including the Chipotle. I couldn't have been more thrilled wrestling him.
That's
and then
amazing.
Just seeing him. I went last year. I went to a show, a WWE show in San Jose. Was invited by Sami Zayn, and he actually got me a front row seat to a show at Raw, and it was just the most amazing thing to see these guys that we worked with in PWG or wrestled in PWG, just like live in front of a WWE crowd. It was just unreal to see. I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say I'm actively watching WWE all the time now, but it's just I'm really proud of the fact that we worked with these guys in the past. I'm proud of how far they've gotten. All these guys are it's well deserved.
That you bring up something that I haven't thought about in a long time. Is you're absolutely right. It's like we switch on TV and like we'll see Sami Zayn, we'll see Cesaro, we'll see Aleister Black, who we wrestled in Germany. It's like these are guys, Finn Balor, Bryan Danielson. So the guys that Kevin Owens, is one of our good friends as well. So like it's kind of surreal to see them on TV and to be as big as stars as they are now.
Absolutely, especially live shows and beyond just TV. It's amazing to see.
Absolutely. So this is a question that we all start out with, and I'm going to start with Kevin.
Yes, sir.
What are you drinking tonight?
All right, it's made by Green Cheek. It's called All Together. It's a hazy IPA. Now, this is actually a beer that's been made to help people in the hospitality industry. It was created by Other Half in New York. More or less, they had the base for the beer, and other breweries have taken that and made their own beer of it. And the one I'm having tonight is the version by Green Cheek. So good cause and a good beer. And alltogether.beer, you can find more information about it.
That's awesome. What an interesting story. I hadn't heard about it until you told me about it. So I looked it up, and it's a very interesting project. Yep. Angelo, who are you representing tonight, and what are you drinking?
All right, so I'm wearing my Las Vegas Aviators hat and my baseballism shirt from Irvine, California, baseballism.com. One of my favorite places to get t-shirts right now. So tonight I am drinking Eel River, California Blonde Ale. So I found this during a recent visit to Whole Foods. And what really kind of caught my attention with this beer, and I should have saved the cap, is this beer is actually a certified USDA organic. So I bought this solo bottle, and I definitely want to go back and get an entire case now. But this one is a 5.8% ABV with a 13 IBU. So again, really to my liking and to my taste of the lighter blonde ales, as we discussed in the pilot episode. So I'll definitely be continuing to support Eel River, which is also a local California brewery.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've had that before. Not that beer specifically, but Eel River, and was one of the first craft beers that I had when I started getting really super into this. So I like them a lot. My beer is from Modern Times. It is the Themisto Hazy IPA, 6.5 ABV. No IBU on this that is known, but it is super juicy. Modern Times is one of my favorite breweries because any beer that I get from them, I know that I'm going to enjoy a lot. This one is no different. I love all their packaging as well. It's really super cool. So I highly recommend this one if you see it. It's a seasonal hazy IPA as well. So get it while it's still around. And John, TopGun Talwar, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm actually drinking Golden Road Mango Cart. It's a wheat ale. With the understanding that it's no longer a craft brewery, but still one of my favorites, go-tos sometimes.
Well, are you aware of the story of the Mango Cart, of why they use that? Did you look that up?
I'm not. I'm typically one to go research this type of stuff, but you mentioned it. I'd love to hear it.
From what I understand, it's the guys that have like the little carts where they have like the mango ices and stuff like that. It's kind of based on that, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very LA thing to have those little ice cream. I know that there's a name for it, but I don't not sure of it. Yeah, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
A fruit cart
There's a spicy version of that too now. There's a spicy mango cart as well.
There you go. So it's a very LA thing. Golden Road, I actually went to Golden Road. My girlfriend and I, we actually got into craft beer. We actually ran a craft beer festival's social media. So we got thrown into it, and we started seeing this really great craft beer culture, and a lot of the people that were in it, and they're super supportive, and it's a really cool environment to be around. And of course, the beer is delicious and really great. Well, Golden Road at that time used to be a true craft brewery at the time. I think that they had investments by Budweiser, if I'm not mistaken, but InBev potentially, but they eventually became a macro brewery in this sense of the word. So that not running small batch, but doing stuff for more countrywide. So I enjoy Golden Road quite a bit. I'm not going to be a snob about it. I like Lagunitas is exactly the same way. I'll definitely have one of their beers. So I won't turn it down, but Golden Road is technically not a craft beer. There's other smaller breweries, but I will enjoy a Golden Road if it were presented to me.
They sold out, man.
Yeah. Well, this brings up an interesting conversation because there's craft breweries now that are getting so big that they can't keep up with the demand. So like they wind up like turning away people from buying their product. It's like they get kind of too big for themselves. There's a lot of breweries like that right now. And unfortunately, in this time of the COVID stuff, that kind of throttled it. But I think that I think other people have to be kind of more understanding about kind of the financial thresholds that a lot of these small breweries go through, that they need extra funding for all this stuff. So and we see a lot of these craft breweries like come up. So they get to a point where there's like, well, we need investors. We need more, we need hops. We need to, actually buy hops. So they're not, there's a lot of logistics that go along with running a brewery. I'm sure that you would imagine.
Now, years ago, like apparently there's like a giant waiting list to try to get some of these hops. The demand for the hops got to be like tremendous, especially for the amount of breweries around here.
Yeah. So, and again, we should definitely bring this up for more discussion, but we definitely don't want to be snobby about it. But it's like Golden Road. like I said, it's a great beer and a great choice, Sean.
Support your local beer.
Yeah, they actually have a seltzer now that's available, so they're going into that market as well.
Now you're liking the seltzers a lot too.
I am like transitioning to seltzer, supposedly low calorie.
That's right.
In consideration of the alcohol percentage,
Add a little vodka to your White Claw, all right?
you're only getting about 4% alcohol in each one. You drink about 10, so it kind of offsets this drinking.
I'm saying, add some liquor to it. Zero calories in liquor, all right?
But with as warm as the weather's been, I mean, it's much easier to drink, one of those than it is to drink, really, thick IPA or whatever the case is.
Yep.
But hey, White Claw and Truly are a staple in our household too, John.
I don't feel as bad.
Okay, so this is where we start talking about some of the baseball news of the day. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot of talk about Major League Baseball actually putting together a plan that they're going to present to the players' organization and get their approval for a season. I think there's a lot of talk around that, and we could probably talk the whole the whole show about this. But what I'd actually like to talk about is something that's kind of like related but not related. So let me go over here. My screen is so I actually belong to Ballpark Digest, so I actually get their emails every week. This was one of the things that they sent out, and it was a blueprint for reopening ballparks. So there's this group, and they're the owner of the Charleston River Dogs, the St. Paul Saints, the Hudson Valley Renegades, which was a surprise to me that one organization owned all three of those, which was pretty cool. But they put together some guides with a plan about how they would resume operations once play resumes and fans are allowed back into ballparks. And this is by Kevin Reichard of Ballpark Digest. And all these points are going to be very interesting going forward, because I really see this as a way that a lot of these ballparks are going to have these plans in place when they talk to states, when they talk to cities, and having their fans in their facilities. So cashless payment will basically rule. So tickets going paperless and transmitted via email. Now, the interesting variable on this, even if you purchase these at the ticket office at the facility, they're going to send it to your smartphone, which goes back to something I've said before, that you're going to have a smartphone now to go into any sporting event. Socially distanced seating will be implemented, which I'm going to show you at the end of this, which is actually very interesting. Concourses, of course, will be marked off and define traffic flow. Kids will not be allowed to play in the play areas, which is almost a staple I've noticed when I go to minor league parks. Mm-hmm. So when I go to these in the Midwest and back east, that's like a big deal. So it's going to be really different. No balls thrown in the stands by players. No autograph sessions as well. Ballpark areas clean regularly, which you can imagine. Ionizers and disinfectant foggers in enclosed ballpark areas. Now, we thought that getting into games was hard enough. Fans will now be subject to a health screening before entry. Now it's going to be like a nightmare. So we might have to go like 3 hours before a game, every game, to get in at game time. And obviously, ballpark game day staffers will have their temperatures checked and issued face masks and gloves. Now, I'm going to hold this one up and put it out for discussion, but this is very interesting. Now, the blue is actually where people would sit. So let me actually put this up. I'll put this up so everybody can see it. So, the distancing, obviously, and then the buffer in between the aisles is really amazing. So this is how things are going to be going forward for sporting events. Does anybody have anything that they want to chime in here and their thoughts?
Actually, in regards to like the staffers having to wear like masks and go through some procedures, I'm surprised they're not enforcing people wearing face coverings to some of the fans.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of places in general. There's a lot of discussions around Disneyland just reopening in Shanghai. They're still enforcing the crowd, people attending, actually wearing face masks, including the staff. So I'm surprised not to see that.
That's a very good point. Because and people are complaining now about not being able to go to Costco without a mask on. I mean, you would hope that maybe if they, if it's mandatory, they'll have a mask. Maybe they'll have masks there to give to people. I would hope.
No, it's really. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I really like about this is that they're thinking ahead, and they're creating a plan and guidelines to what it potentially could look like, which I think the MLB will adopt something very similar to this if they haven't already started on the back end creating something. But the real question is, and this is going to be on whatever guidelines are issued by whether it's minor league or the MLB or the NBA or the NFL, whatever organization it may be, is how are these guidelines going to be enforced? And I know, John, you brought up the fact that Costco, the requirement is everyone wears face coverings to go in. I was at Costco just the other day, and yeah, it's great that they're enforcing and there's someone at the door checking to make sure you have a face covering. But everything else is kind of, hit or miss. There's some people wearing gloves, some people not wearing gloves. Everyone's wearing a face covering, but people with their nose sticking out or their bottom lip or their phone, they're wearing gloves and they get a phone call, they pull the mask down. And now, so it's great that there's going to be guidelines. But what's going to be done to enforce that the guidelines are being followed and that those they have one-way signage on, for the aisles, but you still see people going the opposite direction, people reaching over me to grab the box of cereal or the bag of chips or whatever it is. So guidelines are great. And that's fantastic that they're planning ahead. But I think what's most important is what's their plan going to be to enforce it? And that's the question we don't know the answer to that, but that's a question I pose for any organization that decides to open up and create these guidelines.
Yeah. Now, I have a question, and Angelo, I want to use you as an example for this, and I could actually use John's example for this too. What if you're going with your wife and your 3 children? Are they going to make you sit, further apart? I mean, there's that. Are they going to get upset if you guys are all sitting together in a tight group, as you probably should be? And for gloves, the concern I always have with gloves is because I work with children in my career, and when you're done using the gloves, usually you would take them off. I'm like, I see people gloves, I'm like, oh my god, there's probably cross contamination everywhere at that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the smartphones. Come on, baseball is still an older clientele. I'm going to go based off of Common XL. I think it was from Bill. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy where if I'm an older person who doesn't have a phone, because believe me, you think of your parents possibly they might not be able to figure out smartphones. They really have to figure out how to get in the game. Well, they can't get into a game if they don't do that. You can't just get a piece of paper with the ticket on it. That's a bit much, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Phil actually, one of our viewers, Phil, actually brought up a really good point, because it's almost like a hurdle for an older person. I mean, it's hard enough for them to get into the stadium on their own, but now they have to have this kind of almost obstacle course of something to get in. You're right; they don't know the new policies, and it's gonna take time to understand that. Another thing that I thought about immediately when they're saying no throwing the balls in, and no autograph, how does this affect foul balls? Now, this is a ball that has actually been touched by, at least the pitcher, catcher, potentially even grounded and get, shortstop throws to first base. It creates a lot of problems here. And this is going to be very interesting going forward about the logistics of all this.
And one thing that is big for minor league baseball, especially, is not just, you mentioned the kids area, but the chance for it's a much more open environment for the kids to get to meet the players and get the autographs. And that's part of the attraction, I think, for parents taking their kids to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, people are going to be subscribed to do anything probably, but if this is long-term in any way, shape, or form, people might be like, the kids can't play in the playground. They can't meet the players. What are we going to do with them for 3 hours at a baseball game?
And baseball already has a real problem with fans knowing who the players are and getting to know them and getting up close and personal and following players. I mean, here in Los Angeles, they can't even watch the Dodgers on TV. So it's like, they've lost, I feel, a whole generation. So especially in a minor league level where that, it's super close and, there's a lot of family vibe, that being lost is going to be really interesting for the growth of the game.
I think one thing that wasn't brought up in all this too is like protocol around like food and beverages.
Right.
If you think about it, like the premise of the show broadcast is like beer. When you go to a baseball game, typically you're given a paper cup. It's open. There's no seal around it. Thinking about that long term, like how that's going to work, or even the sale concessions, or bringing food back to your, your seating area. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to
And
usher.
actually, I just realized too, one thing that a lot of Major League ballparks do, minor league doesn't really do it, but this is definitely going to have to stop people bringing in their own food and drink. They're like, you bring in like a sealed water bottle into like Angel Stadium, for example, or food, but I don't see that happening in any way right now.
That's a good point, because you used to bring in Roscoe's. Was it Roscoe's or what? Or what was it?
I brought Gus's spicy fried chicken.
Gus's
in one
fried
day.
chicken.
Oh, the best. Go to Gus if you ever get a chance. Oh, so good.
And or Philippe or something like that. So yeah, that totally bring in anything. I go to games with my camera and I blog about it. I mean, that's how this kind of channel started. I don't even know if they're going to let me bring in my camera. Like that's how like dire this is. So I might have to do everything on my smartphone, or who knows how that's even going to be. So it brings up a lot more discussion. So I'm sure I knew that we would have a spirited discussion about this, but it's like I think a big part of this, and maybe we should touch on it briefly, is where do you think with all this discussion about do you think the players now the players are going to have to agree to this Major League Baseball proposal, and the Players Association? They're going to have a reduced schedule. They're going to be playing less games. They're going to be putting themselves at risk for less money and a shortened schedule. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's going to take some time. I think there's already some resistance. People are really thinking it through. At least that's a good thing. Like guys like Sean Doolittle posted on Twitter. He went on this long rant about it. Just what precautions they're actually taking, and keeping in mind the players' health and safety, as well as their families. I think it's going to be a long, drawn-out discussion, and if they're talking about July as a start date, I don't think that's going to happen unless they really elevate these discussions quickly.
But yeah, particularly too. I mean, we saw Los Angeles County health officials release today that they're extending the stay-at-home order through July, and I know that's just LA County, but we're talking about one of the largest counties in the country, and a lot of other counties and jurisdictions have kind of followed suit as to what LA kind of dictated. But as a baseball fan, you can't help but be excited about the potential. Mm-hmm. And on the flip side, like I discussed on the pilot episode, obviously the players' health and it needs to be first and foremost for the league. And I do agree it's going to be a long and drawn out discussion. But you can't help the little kid inside you can't help but be excited about the potential of baseball returning. And I know that's how all the players feel. And this proposal was approved by the owners, but of course it's going to be approved by the owners because they're a little bit more business minded and business sensed, right? So I think based on what the proposal what I've seen of the proposal, there's going to be some pushback from the players, I'm sure. But it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, and I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful because I want to see baseball again. Not that I'm not enjoying watching the KBO at all odd hours of the evening, but it'll be interesting to kind of see how it all plays out for sure.
And I hope that maybe they can see what's going on in China and in Korea and see maybe they can figure out a way to work around what's working for them, what's not working for them. Because in China, they started letting in, I believe, 1,000 spectators a game over there too. And it looked like, about health screening. I'm like watching going, oh yeah, there's definitely health. They're checking everybody before they get in there. And they're spacing them apart. And it looks like it might be kind of similar to what the that minor league proposal was.
Yeah. But if you're a guy like Garrett Cole, who's supposed to make $30 million this year, they say take a pay cut and go put yourself at risk and leave your family. So what is going to be actually worth it? And I'm not saying that money is the reason why this might not happen, but money might not be the reason why this happens.
I'll tell you what, the only players who want to play probably are the minor league players because they're the ones who need the money. You know what I mean? That's
most definitely.
All this.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw somebody post that if you go to minor league games, and it's something I wanted to implement if we went to games, Kevin, was actually taking Chipotle cards and giving them to the players, which was supposed to be like this thing that like they don't eat like as well as everybody kind of thinks because even though they're pro athletes, that they would appreciate that so much to get something like that, which is it's incredulous to me. Like
I'll bring this up. I don't know if Angelo or John are aware of this, but in a lot of the minor league cities, there are people who will literally take the players in and they'll live at their house. We met a guy in San Bernardino who's like, oh yeah, when Kendall Middleton was with Inland Empire, he lived with us while he's on the team. And I'm like, they can't afford to live on their own in San Bernardino? How much could it cost to live in San Bernardino?
Right.
Crazy.
Well, would you want to live on your own in San Bernardino?
Well, I live there, period, but sorry, San Bernardino.
Yeah. There's plenty of good breweries there, so you could spend what little money you had on great craft brew. So great discussion, guys. Thank you for that. So all right. So this has been a fun feature, and so Kevin and I are the elder statesmen here in this chat. Angelo and John are much younger than us, so I want to see how they react to this. On May 12th, 1979, Bill Murray, anchorman on Saturday Night Live Weekend Update, reports 42-year-old Chico Escuela has informed the Mets that he is quitting baseball. And I see Kevin laughing, and I hope that the younger people can enjoy this. Although baseball has been very, very good to him, a crushing blow off the bat of Dodger first baseman Steve Garvey into the Dominicans infielder's crotch ends an inspiring comeback. John and Angelo, do you have any idea what is being presented here?
I wish I could say I'm a fan of early SNL. I think I even have the first season on DVD. I'm not familiar with this.
I can't say I know what it's.
He's the old man in this. I don't even remember. I mean, this is 79. I started watching baseball at like 80. I'm like, I don't remember that bit. That's great.
So the one thing, because I'm the oldest one here, one thing I want to share is I have a lot of baseball knowledge in my head that I just need to get out, and this is one of them. When I saw this, I actually looked up for like this week in baseball or something that happened on this day. This actually came up, and it trumped everything. It's actually very hard to find this SNL skit. And literally the only thing that this is Garrett Morris, for those of you who don't know. It was just a character that they had and he was just a baseball player.
Oh, yeah,
he was just brought on.
Can I ask a question? Did they make a card for the bit?
I don't think they did. I think people made it. And get this, if you look on Twitter, he actually played in a old timers game. He actually came in as a pinch runner and actually was so if you watch it, he actually is on first base and someone flies out to left and it's Willie Mays. He played on the same field as Willie Mays. So again, I just want to throw these nuggets out there and see if anybody older remembers, but I want to bring it up to the younger generation as well.
Because one thing I will say is, good luck finding anything NBC related on YouTube. If it gets put up, it's gone like almost immediately. Which unfortunately for us, because SNL it'd be great to watch some of the old SNL stuff on YouTube.
I wonder if there's any relation to a friend of the show, Chico El Luchador.
Oh,
very possible. It could be him.
Shh.
Yeah,
kayfabe.
What were you gonna say, John?
I think you can see a lot of the early stuff on Hulu, some of the earliest seasons.
Oh, okay, great.
But it's kind of broken up. They don't have it season by season, but I know a lot of the earlier seasons are on there.
Awesome. Great to know. All right. So with that, let's move on to our baseball card pack wars.
Yeah.
This has always been a fun segment. And finally, we have a guest who can play with us who actually has the same card packs as us. So this is tremendous.
welcome.
So we have 4 people playing. This is Hall of Fame baseball cards. Arcadia, California is where we get all of our baseball cards, except for today. Kevin got them at Target for
All
John.
right.
Yeah, that's okay. No, in this time of crisis, we have to do what we can. So HOF,
Arcadia.
that's right. HOFBC.com. Check out their Hall of Fame baseball cards YouTube channel. They do personal breaks on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. A lot of fun. Card Shop Eric will take care of you. So here are the rules of Baseball Card Pack Wars. We're going to start. Let's start with we have Topps 2020 Baseball Series 1, which we're all going to open. Now, I'll call out who's going to go first. If you open up your cards and we find a relic card, you can actually, the person that does that can knock out one person. So there'll be only 3 people playing. An autograph knocks out all the players and you win that round. After all the packs are opened, high number card wins the round. So with that, let's quickly look at the standings. Angelo got the goose egg, 0-6. I feel a big comeback today. I'm not going to jinx you.
If our guest, no offense to John, because John, I love you, you know that. If our guest gets a win before I do, I will be utterly disappointed.
Well, I mean, we can make side wagers as well. So if you want to get arrogant and go double or nothing, we can also do that as well.
I'm feeling no kind of confidence at this point.
You know, he gave you the jinx again today, like he did last week.
I did not jinx it. No reverse jinx
You
here.
jinxed him last week. You're gonna jinx him again this week with that. Stop.
All
it.
right, so I'm going to let our guest go first. Let me get into a better mode here so we can see some of the cards here.
Right.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
open it up and quickly go through the cards and show them to the camera.
It's a shoot open. Don't hide us. No, I don't know what you got.
Yeah, you have to open it in the clear.
Well, actually, he only has the packs I got, so I know they're okay. I don't trust Mr. Mondragon.
Hey, these are work packs. If Kevin
By
bought
the
them.
way.
Work packs.
It's Target packs, so who knows? Watch him get amazing cards.
Of course.
Of Josh Bell.
Nice.
I believe an All-Star last season.
Yeah, he was excellent. He had a great season last season.
Had a good early half.
Yep.
First half.
Yep.
Jonathan Villar.
It's a nice shot.
Your namesake?
Yep.
Robbie Cano. Julio Teheran, who's now an Angel.
Maybe someday.
What'd you
Maybe.
think of him, John?
Hit or miss for the most part. He was our opening day starter for like a consecutive amount of years. I think I want to say as much as like 4 years. When he was on, It was incredible, but then he'd have his moments where it's just.
You know what? Let me just say, off and on sounds like about every Angel starter that they have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every Angel pickup as a pitcher, too.
Lewis Brinson.
Okay.
Alex Young. Austin Hedges. Aaron Hicks. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Yankees here.
We
Glaber
need a
Torres.
brewer.
Yeah.
We need some brewers. By the way,
Yeah. Yeah.
John, if we get a brewer, we all take a drink.
Speaking of the guy, Garrett Cole.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Caleb Smith, who I think is underrated.
Yep.
Good solid pitcher, yeah.
Max Scherzer, World Series pitcher.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Vladdy Guerrero.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Look,
There we go.
Nice.
That's a nice one.
oh, that's an
Quick
insert,
card.
I think.
That's a variation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
The rookie card.
Oh, what's that one?
What is that?
Yeah, that's a different card too.
Kyle
Yeah.
Lewis.
Oh, Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis is really good.
That might be an insert as well. I haven't seen a
Yeah.
card like that yet.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
that's a cool
I
card.
paid some money for the Talwar Child College Fund.
Yeah, yeah.
Christian Vasquez.
Yep.
Blake Trennan.
There you go. And Lewis Brinson, the one that you had in there before,
Yeah.
I believe he was traded for Christian Yelich.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, he's in that deal.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I'll check my check facts on that.
So, John, if no one gets a relic, make sure you have your highest numbered card on the back. Have that ready for us.
Okay.
That's the tiebreaker.
Thanks to Halo Haven. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for the Trash Pandas. Yes.
Oh yeah. Who's next, Michael?
Let's go, Kevin.
Oh,
Light it up.
Fine. All right. The shoot hack, brother. Now pressure's on. Can I even open this damn thing? After the beers kick in, fine motor skills can be a little defeated. Let's see what we got here. All right, Jake Sterietta. Sorry, did I say Sterietta? I didn't mean to say that, did I? Did I mean to say that? Matt Barnes.
Straightforward.
Sorry, straightforward. Sorry. Oh, all right. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is really cool. I haven't seen this card yet. It's a 1960s Decade's Best, the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Frank Robinson with the name under the number. I love those uniforms.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
That you caught that.
Yeah.
All right, Zach Collins from the Chicago White Sox. Yolmer Sanchez. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
I gotta work on this.
I actually know him personally.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You know him.
He's actually on the Giants now.
How do you know him?
So my wife's brother-in-law used to play professional. He plays professional ball. Right now he's in Mexico. He played with the White Sox, so he played on the same team as Yomel. They both live in Arizona, so they're friends. He comes around like his parties and whatnot.
You're missing a big part of this. He was a 2011 champion with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Of course.
Miguel Cleto.
I've seen a big part of it, yeah, because yep. And then there's recently a picture he posted. Now he's on the Giants. He was with Willie Mays.
Oh, that's awesome.
Luis Castillo from the Reds.
Yeah, a good picture too.
Let's see. Kenley Jansen. What World Baseball Classic team was he on? The Netherlands?
The Netherlands. He was a catcher. He's a catcher too. Yep.
Interesting. Seth Brown of the Oakland Athletics. Let's see here. Oh, here you go. This is for Top Gun. Mr. Swanson.
Yeah.
Hey, relax. Matthew Boyd from the Detroit Tigers. Let's see here. One time a hero for the Mets. Got a big contract.
Yeah.
Daniel Murphy.
Yeah.
How about peaking at the right time? That's it right there. Tyler Alexander from the Tigers. Let's see here. Miguel Cabrera from Los Tigres de Detroit. And last but certainly not least, Ryan Abreu from the Trastros.
Trastros. Nice. Okay, so John and Kevin, look through your cards, get your highest card, put it on top, and then we'll after I go, after Angelo, we'll have the round.
All right.
That's if Angelo doesn't knock us out with an autograph. Let's get that.
Why are you waiting? Stop the
All
date.
right. So Sandy Alcantara,
Also,
Yes.
Francisco Lindor, Jose Barrios, Luke Jackson from the Atlanta Braves, upside down, Alex Young. We haven't gotten any Brewers. I need a drink.
I know. I was
I know.
looking at
Austin
Yep.
Hedges, San Diego Padres.
I think you got the same pack as me.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks.
Aaron Hicks,
It's a repetitive pack.
There's no way.
Jacoby Jones.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute there.
So I got Christian and Nolan, Games Best Talk Shop.
Wait a minute. Is that who is that?
Nolan Arenado and Christian Yelich.
Yep.
Christian Yelich, a brewer.
Oh, Brewer.
Everybody drink up.
We'll take it.
Salud.
Come by.
So another kind of special insert. So like father, like son there.
Oh yeah, the BCO.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, and Kayvon Biggio.
Yep.
There you go. I am.
So this is a Tops Now insert. Vlad Guerrero Jr. First
Oh,
career hit.
oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nelson Cruz and Yohan Moncada.
Nice. Okay, so get your highest card, and then we'll do it right after I do it. So open it up on camera. Don't want to come off as a cheat.
Well, you are anyway.
Whatever,
Right,
dude.
puppy.
Whatever, dude.
Okay.
All right.
Are you counting cards?
I'm counting cards. Yeah. Kyle Hendricks. Gregory Polanco, Pirates. Rafael Devers, Red Sox. Matthew Boyd, Tigers. You don't like Dansby Swanson, John?
Again,
You
very
like
critical.
Simba. You like Simba better.
I very
I
much
like
like
you better. I'm sure Angelo does too.
Seth Brown, Kenley Jensen. Oh gosh, Jacob.
Yeah,
What's that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Jacob. Jacob. Oh gosh, Wagzufek. It's a mouthful. Jesus. Oh, Angels team card.
Oh, hey, there you
Oh,
go.
nice.
Shout out to Halo Haven. Enjoying
Hey,
it.
go Calhoun. Go.
And then of course it has to be Hollywood Heroes. Dodgers right behind that. And big hair. Brewers, drink up.
Yay.
Finally. We always drink, and if you're drinking at home, please drink responsibly, but I know you're not going anywhere. All right.
All right. High number.
Big Jock Peterson. Cool Wit Merrifield. Cool Wit. And Sam Hilliard from the Rockies. All right. So
While you're looking through, I'll go ahead. I have number 336 with Miguel Cabrera. 336. Can anyone-
let me look for mine. I don't think.
I
I
have-
think
I
that
have
might
three-
want it.
320 with Austin Hedges.
Oh,
327 with Kayvon Biggio.
oh man.
314.
Oh, I got
Kevin.
it again.
Kevin. Kevin, hot hand. All right.
Counting cards.
Total.
Oh, obviously. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm gonna get thrown out the casino.
All right.
Done.
Kevin, big winner, round one. All right. A 2020 opening day.
Yes, sir.
Kevin, you're up.
Oh, all right. Let me hurry up here. I'm trying to protect these cards. I don't want anything to get damaged here. Okay. We got Trey Turner, Carlos Santana, Jeff McNeil, Eloy Jimenez, Cody Bellinger,
Nice.
Emilio Pagan, and let's see, what ballpark do I have here? Your world champion opening day. Here's the Washington Nationals.
All right. Angelo, you're up.
All right. Alex Verdugo. AJ Puck. Dustin May,
Carrot Top.
Sonny Gray, Kevon Biggio,
Wow.
same exact photo from the regular
Clean
set.
up on him.
And I got a foil Marcus Stroman.
Ooh, let me see that.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
You
cool.
can kind of see.
Right
Yeah.
on.
And then I got a special MLB sticker collection preview card from the sticker
Right.
packs.
Yeah,
Right
Cody
on.
Bellinger.
Yeah.
That's another product that they have that I haven't seen, but that's cool that they have that in there.
Yeah.
All right.
My son actually collects the opening day.
Oh,
sticker
right on.
packs. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
cool. All right, John, you're up.
Perfect. Let's see.
Shoot pack, brother.
Yeah. There's no stale gum inside. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's one thing that they miss these days.
So they should put stale gum inserts in 2020 packs. In the 1980s,
Yeah,
1990s.
put some retro gum in there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hunter Dozier, Gavin Lux, a Brewer, Brandon Woodruff.
Nice. There you go. Drink up.
Put that down.
Nolan Arenado,
Hey.
Mike Jastrzemski,
Oh, nice.
Luis Castillo, and the opening day ballpark, following the guidelines of social distancing far before the pandemic. Actually, 2 years back, exactly this. I think I was getting Facebook memories. 2 years back, my family and I went to the ballparks in Florida, and we went to Miami. But even then, they had blocked off the entire top section. It was just closed off, and even at the bottom level, there was very few people.
That's and you know what? It's everybody like really hammered Derek Jeter for ruining that Marlins team when they got in there. Who knew he was a visionary, clearing out that ballpark, taking out that statue in center field, you know, cutting costs.
Watch out! You might create conspiracies against him.
I know exactly. No one listens to me. All right, here we go.
Big Sturdo. Crickets.
Exactly. JD Martinez.
Hey. You know, Red Sox.
Max Funky Muncy. Actually, I saw him hit his biggest home run when he in that home run, 18-inning game. Got to see him. Shane Justin Bieber. Matthew Boyd. He's been in here a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Jordan Yamamoto.
He hasn't yet. That's good.
Yeah. Jose Barrios, Twins. And from your Atlanta Braves, John, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh,
Nice.
That's a different looking card. Is that insert?
It is an insert.
Oh, nice.
Spring has sprung.
Oh,
Awesome.
just in time.
Not this year, but maybe next year.
Just
Yeah.
in time. Spring. We got another month of spring. That's good.
All right. So what, Kevin? What's your high card?
My high card is Emilio Pagan, number 194.
Ooh.
194.
Angelo.
193.
Oh, God.
125.
Yeah, that means that 199 takes it. Jose Barrios.
Yeah. Killed my streak. Good job. Great job, sir.
Great
God,
job.
how many cards are in the set? 200? We got like 3 in the 190s?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right, another round?
Yeah, sure. You're up.
All right, I'm up. 2020 Top Series 1 Baseball. We're going to fly through this.
Yeah, I know. I guess.
All right. On camera.
I'm kidding.
JT Realmuto. Zach Greinke. Taylor Rogers. Alex Bregman. Kevin Looks. Ryan Yarborough. He's a Ray, though.
Yes.
It looked like a Brewer. I got excited.
You're right. I'm like, why are you looking at that, sir?
Yeah. Lewis Brinson, whose favorite player is Juan Pierre, and he played in Miami, and he met him, which was a super cool story. And I will link that. We have on our YouTube channel. I have a whole bunch of links to cool stuff, and I'll put that in there, and I'll share that later.
Thank you.
Alex Young, his favorite player was Juan Pierre. Go figure that out. Austin Barnes. Amir Garrett. Oop.
Oh. Okay. All good.
Eduardo Rodriguez. This is the 85, Nico Horner.
Oh, we didn't get any of those in the first batch.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the first week we all got one of those.
Enrique Quique Hernandez. Look at that.
What a picture.
doing
What
a
a
high
picture.
kick right there. Do like a barbarian mafia kick right there. And Michael Chris Chavez, Tatanka to you. Future Stars, Red Sox.
Throw my pack.
All right, John, go for it.
All right. So I was wondering what's the difference between the pack, the opening day one, and this? It seems like a lot of the cards are the same.
Two different products. One comes and the opening day is more like a lower price point. The Series 1, this is actually kind of like a probably $80 box, and then they have like a hobby box, which is like 120, and you get more autographs and more relics.
Okay. Perfect. So get ready to drink. Ryan Braun.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, how dare you, boo? If I get the drink.
Remember he got steroids in Brew. There you go. I should have said that. Remember he got steroids in a FedEx thing.
Hanser Alberto. Michael Conforto. Anthony Rizzo. Dylan Cease. Omar Narvaez. Reese McGuire. Matt Dice. There's an Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
CJ Cron.
Oh, yeah.
Former Angel.
The Cron Zone.
The Chrome Zone. That's right.
Aaron Nola. Wiley Adams. Chicago Cubs team card.
I wonder if that's the same one you got last week.
It wasn't. Bryant, right, is on it. He's running on the line.
Okay.
1970s Decade's Best.
Ooh.
Catfish Hunter.
Catfish. Nice.
One of the cards we saw previously, but this is Gleyber Torres.
Oh, that's
nice.
right on.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. All right.
Here's a good one. Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of him.
I think that's our first Mike. Is that our first Mike Trout card in this whole thing?
I think so.
That's crazy.
And then starting with the Brewer, ending with the Brewer, Brandon Woodruff.
Another brand. Wow, Brandon's gonna guess.
I know.
I'm
Exactly.
dry. I'm dry.
I know. Same
Cheers.
here, almost.
Oh, I had a standby. Always be prepared.
I already finished the standby. So.
I know. There, let me.
I got Mason.
Yeah, I know. I wish. I wish.
of my backup, so hopefully I'm good.
Is that it, John?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Angelo, are you up?
Yep. Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Rafael Devers. JT Romuto. You had one of those two, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Greinke. Is this the same pack?
Uh-oh.
Might be.
Taylor Rogers.
Yeah.
Jay Bruce. Robel Garcia. Patrick Corbin. Jesus Aguilar.
Oh, Brewer.
Former
not
Brewer. Former Brewer.
Former
Sorry.
Brewer.
I'm like, oh, never mind. Right.
Herman Marquez, Jake Lamb. Now you can drink up. We got a Ben Gamel.
There you go. Salud.
And it's funny, we mentioned not getting Mike Trout because I got a nice insert here.
Oh, there you
Ooh,
go.
2010s Decades Best
Nice.
Mike Trout. This is going to stick around in the real collection.
There you
Yep.
go.
Daniel Polka and Ian Kinsler.
There you go. Who I believe check the back of that. Did it say how many home runs he has?
Ian Kinsler.
Yes.
Oh,
It has career total home runs.
Fun fact. Come.
257.
257. What about RBIs?
Yes.
RBIs 909.
Maybe is it hits? Because I thought he.
Oh, hits. That was it. What's the hit?
Hit?
Oh,
Okay.
1999.
1990. He was one away from 2000 and
Hey,
retired.
I knew with him.
I knew it was. I know he was one away from something.
All right. Are we
Go
ready?
for it, Kevin.
I got my
Yep.
pack open. I was opening it up. Shoot opening. Hopefully, I don't have it on camera, but oh well. Anyways, I'll start with 1/3 of the trilogy of youngsters on the Blue Jays. This is Mr. Bo Bichette. We got Sonny Gray. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, that's the first one we've seen of him.
Again, the young guys here, the young guns here. Tim Anderson from Chicago White Sox. From Los Gigantes, Brandon Belt.
Nickname Baby Giraffe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go. Polar Bear.
There you go.
Pete Alonso. This is a nice pack here. Let's see here. I don't even know who this is. Merrill Kelly. I don't even know who this gentleman is. Sorry,
Yeah.
Merrill Kelly. Ken Giles, also from the Blue Jays. We got Travis Dimitri. I don't even know. I never.
Demerit, I think.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. I never heard of him. Sorry, I'm not doing my proper research. Johnny Cueto. I don't know what happened to Not
He was hurt and came back at the end of the last year.
My team card is the Cleveland Indians, who Top Gun saw in a social distancing stadium last year.
Better social distancing.
Yes. Oh God, another team card. The Athletics. Michelle, I'm guessing it is Michel Baez from the Padres. And last but definitely not, I guess least, Roberto Osuna.
Oh. All right.
I guess least.
Yeah. All right. Card to beat. 342.
I have 347.
Ah.
344.
You know what mine is.
Ah.
I gotta go through my packs again because I had nothing above 200.
So
I'm like, oh, I'll keep going.
is this the first guess win?
It is the first guess.
Wow.
It was close.
That was
It
super
was
close.
close.
We're all in like the 340 range.
When there's
Wait.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. I have
No.
Don't do
185.
it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Go to bed. All right. Last but not least, opening day 2020. John, you're up.
All right.
Come on, Angelo.
I know. I'm pulling for Angelo at this
It's
point.
my
But
it's
that
my
will be
last
seen as
today.
reverse jinxing.
Stop saying it. Just stop.
See, John Means,
Mhm.
Marco Gonzalez, Eugenio Suarez, Tommy Pham,
Oh, yes, good player.
Zach Gallen, Javier Baez, and Spring has sprung Juan Soto.
All right.
Nice.
Getting arrested.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. All right. Sorry. Bad boy.
Going around the horn.
All right. Well, let's see here. We got JD Martinez, Max Muncy, Shane Baby Bieber, Manny Machado. Let's see here. Trey Mancini, Francisco Lindor. Yeah, these are a lot of all-stars in this pack, but no relative inserts. My opening day is in Oakland, which would have been the 50th anniversary, I believe, last year for the Oakland Athletics playing at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm. All right, Angelo, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Mookie Betts, Brian Anderson, Jose Altuve.
Was that the buzz that I heard?
Yes, that
Altuve
was.
buzzing.
Domingo Santana,
It wasn't a buzz. No one wants to see his tattoo.
Yeah.
Carter Kieboom. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Another Trastro, George
Yeah.
Springer, who played in Aliso Viejo Little League.
Oh, wow. Fun fact.
And opening day in Minnesota.
All right. Last pack of the round. Let's do it.
You better win because I'm calling my shot right now.
Oh, boy. Wow. Ramon Laureano, Athletics. Cool shot there.
Yeah.
Tommy LaStella.
As opposed to
Nice.
Tommy Lasorda.
No.
Wizard? Please
the, the Wizard. Nico Horner.
No relation to Bob.
That's what I was getting.
No, absolutely no relation to Bob. Mike Stanton. I'm sorry, Giancarlo Stanton.
Quite a difference between those two gentlemen, sir.
Yes, that's true. They have different identities.
I think Mike got a World Series ring.
Yeah. Matt Olson. Nope.
There you go.
There we go. Getting jiggy with it, Will Smith. And Huston Verlander. This is a
That's
sticker.
a nice
Yeah,
card.
sticker collecting. It's a
Nice.
sticker.
I haven't got any.
All
of
right.
those.
Yeah, the stickers don't have numbers, so I lost out on one. So,
I'm calling my shot right now. You know why?
why?
Because this Manny Machado is number 200.
Wow. What do you got, John?
128, Javier Baez.
It's
What
like
do you
a
got,
kill
Angelo?
card. I feel like I play.
George Springer, 146.
And I have 184.
Sorry, do I need to show Manny Machado's number 200? Sorry. Ooh.
Kevin, 2-0.
No, 2-2.
Or 2-2, but
You know
still
what? That's better
2
than
wins.
other people here. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a winning streak.
You jinxed him again. That's the real story here, sir.
Well, always fun, always spirited. Thank you all. And now it is
Oh,
time
yeah. This is where
for
Angelo gets
baseball trivia. See, this is where you can get your mojo back. This is where it all
Angelo always gets
switches.
me on this.
That's right. All right, guys. So we're going to test your knowledge of America's pastime. People don't even probably call it that anymore. All right. Since we have a Braves fan in the house, he's going to know this.
Ooh.
Who is the leader for the Braves in home runs for a single season?
Oh, man.
A, Hank Aaron's. B, Andrew Jones. C, Chipper Jones. Or D, Eddie Matthews. This goes back to the Milwaukee Braves as well.
Okay.
I'm
And
between
and if you're watching with us, feel free to chime in the comments and let us know what your guesses are.
Or do what we're all going to do. We're all going to listen to John first and probably copy his answer.
Okay.
Maybe. Most likely. John? Enlighten us.
I'm between Andrew and Eddie Matthews.
I thought you would know this instantly.
I did not know it instantly. No, I'm between I want to say Andrew it hit 50 home runs or more in a single season.
Well, Hank never did that. I can tell you, I don't think Hank ever hit above 50.
Yeah, Hank and Chipper, never really surpassed that.
I don't know. I don't know if Eddie. It might be Andrew Jones because I don't know if Eddie ever hit over 50 either. Not that I can recall off the top of my head. So,
All right, Angelo. Okay, so let's go, John. What's your answer?
Sorry.
I'm gonna stick with Andrew.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Okay.
Once he said he had 50, I'm like, yeah, I don't think any of these other guys had above 50 in a season.
Angelo.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Andrew as well. I mean, I know he hit 50 plus, I think 2005 or 2006. So
Wow, he even throughout the year. Good job.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's the period I wasn't watching baseball as much.
Okay. And the answer is Andrew Jones,
Hey!
51 home runs in 2005. Hank Aaron never hit 50 home runs.
that's crazy.
Which is
But-
insanity. But he did.
Can I say a stat I heard was for like over a 25-year stretch, he hit no fewer than 24, but no more than 47. It's
That's-
crazy.
Wow.
Right. So he consistently hit
Yeah.
20 home runs over the consistency of his career, which is
Yeah.
absolutely nuts.
My God, at 71, he hit 47? Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So a very underrated player, obviously, right?
Yeah. God.
So somebody that we should definitely look into and learn more about. All
Well,
right.
How many strikeouts did he have that year? That's the next question.
Sorry.
How many strikeouts did he have that year is the next question.
That's a really interesting question because these days they trade home runs for strikeouts, right? Exactly. You can go 2 strikeouts to every 1 home run or 3 for that matter. So
One of my favorite baseball memories is actually seeing Andrew Jones strike out 5 times in a single game.
My God.
all right, what is it?
Hold on.
What is
That's
that
a
called?
platinum sombrero?
There's a name for that.
Platinum sombrero.
That's it.
I
And
remember that last week. I did my
yeah,
research.
that's right. I told them last week it was a titanium sombrero and a platinum sombrero. I think is like 6 strikeouts.
And the best part is the last at bat, he actually made it on base because it was a wild pitch. He kind of gingerly walked to first base, laughing the whole time. He still made it.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
And okay, and so he had this 51 home runs, but if you remember, 2 years later, he was a Dodger. He hit 3,
Yeah.
3, and we went.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we went to a game. We went to a Dodger game, and he had one of those games where he struck out all the time, and then he walked, and so he walked like you were just saying, John, and he got on base, and the next pitch he stole second base and got tagged out. and it was, and I swear to God, he made like $30 million that year for whatever that, and it was total bust. It was very sad to watch him play. And our friend Eddie, who's a big Dodger fan, laments his days with the Dodgers. All right. Question. Awesome job. Yeah.
Real quick, he only struck out 112 times in 2005. So not nearly as many as he had in the past. He struck out 147 times the year before. Just throwing that out there.
Wow. Okay. So a great job on everyone. And now this is question 2.
All right.
How many total times was Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox
Wow.
ejected?
Those are some high numbers.
A, 86, B, 94, C, 118, D, 158, which seems like insane.
That's almost an entire season.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
But he did manage for like, what, 20, 25 years between the Blue Jays and the Braves?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the all-time leader in ejections.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
No, there you go.
I was gonna say, how many does Earl Weaver have?
Yeah, I don't know. I will have to look it up.
I'd have to go with D here. In consideration of just that stat.
Great.
Yeah.
158. Wow.
Okay.
I'll go with
Angelo?
C. I'll go with C.
C.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I still think it's a lot, but I don't think it's an entire season.
Okay. Angelo?
Man, it was 158 just seems unfathomable. So really, so does any of these four numbers on there. So yeah, screw it. I'll go with D, 158.
All right. And the answer is D,
Dude.
158, a Major League record.
That is
You didn't
nuts.
And if you add his 3 postseason
That's a full
ejections,
season.
he has almost a
Oh my
full
God.
season. He is 1 game short of a full season, which is absolutely outstanding. I have this really great book, Baseball Maniac's Almanac. And I'd like to also add in that Bobby Cox is the all-time winningest manager by zodiac sign. He is a Gemini, and he has 2,504 wins as a Gemini. Again, referring to the Baseball Maniac, I think there's another one here.
God.
I'll come back to that later, but that's one that I really like. Now, we cannot talk about Bobby Cox without showing this gem, which is Bobby Cox actually, when he was going on his farewell tour through Washington, D.C., he went to, I believe, Capitol Hill, and they gave him this nice cake that says, "Thanks for 50 great years, Bobby Cox." And the cake that you are seeing is real. It is 100% real. John, can you elaborate on this at all?
If that's not a reflection on the administration.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this I can't mention Bobby Cox without bringing up that great gem.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's
Thank
so
you.
good.
I digress. Now we're going to end with one to grow on a baseball
I just
fact.
thrown that cake. Come on. What else do you have for me?
One to grow on. We're going to wind down with this one. A baseball fact you might not have known. Now, we're all big fans of Jim Abbott, and pitcher Jim Abbott was born without a right hand and had an incredible baseball career. 89 through 99, his Major League Baseball career started with Michigan. An Olympic gold medalist, which is a lot of people kind of don't really put into the equation. That's pretty incredible itself, right?
Yes, sir.
On September 4th, 1993, a lot of people know this, Abbott blanked the Cleveland Indians for the 234th Major League Baseball no-hitter. Okay, pretty well, documented, right? Now, this is the part that really amazes me. Okay.
Wow.
He actually had a triple in March of 18th, 1991 against the Giants. So he batted and had a triple, which is absolutely incredible, right?
How many at bats did he have in his career?
Yeah, like what?
And so this is what it is. He actually had 2 base hits.
What?
And his first one was a line drive up the middle and an RBI single. Okay. This one was at Wrigley Field, and it was up the middle, and it was it had 2 RBIs. And I believe the guy got thrown out at third base. Right.
Wow.
So
Hey,
now
by the
that
way,
is
a brewer. You did take a drink. It's a brewer.
That's it. I don't have any left, but so I'll sniff the glass. Okay. So he had this great career, and he had 2 hits and 3 RBIs, which is absolutely like insanity, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Oh no, there's more.
He is statistically, by average, better hitter than Bartolo Colon, who you will often see hitting that home run. So he
Man.
.095, Colon .084. Now, obviously, Bartolo Colon having some trouble right there on the right. But
He's in a lot of trouble. All right,
I
come on.
will take umbrage with Jim Abbott's bunting as most of my high school and other coaches would say that I would probably break my thumb if I were to bunt like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
he did it against Major League Fishing. Yeah. So I wanted to throw that out there. I know Kevin and I saw him throw out the first pitch in Inland Empire. Was that where we saw him?
I wish you had told me sooner. I would have got the bobblehead that we got that night.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I have it in a box, but I'm not going to dig it out right now. We're going long already.
Yeah. So any memories of Jim Abbott?
Oh, my God. He was an Angel, and he went to Michigan. That was like my favorite player for a stretch there in the late 80s, early 90s. Michigan was my college team since my childhood, and he's an Angel, of course. It's a good, solid pitcher.
Yeah, I recall like there was an accident, like a team bus accident of the Angels back in the 90s. I want to say. That's how I remember. Like I don't know if there's something involved like Jim Abbott as part of that incident.
I have to look into that. I don't recall that.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember that. But there was
I don't off my head. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now if I recall. But one of my memories of Jim Abbott, somehow I can't remember if he was helping people or saving someone. But yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I believe I got to see him pitch a couple times though in Anaheim, so that was really nice.
That's super cool.
Oh yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, he was one of my favorite players kind of growing up, and he's one of those players that I didn't realize was one of my favorite players. It's like, at the time you kind of took him for granted, like, oh, this guy, this incredible story. But at the time, I think I should have marveled at it more because of all of his accomplishments.
Such an amazing athlete with everything, with what he had to face in his life. And sorry, I had a couple autographs of him as a youngster, but I don't know if I have those anymore. I might be some research.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a couple autographs of him back in the day, like a Michigan poster, and I had check this out, a 1988 Pan Am Games program. Where I little players on the 1988 Pan Am Games team. And it's most of the guys who were on the Olympic team that year.
So I found the story of the accident. So it happened in May 22nd, 1992. So almost around this time. However, like 28 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my
God. But there was a bus, I think, carrying mostly coaches. So Rod Carew was actually one of the injured. But Jim Abbott was involved along with Chuck Finley and Lee Stevens in terms of helping, spring into action in terms of helping rescue his fellow players.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I
that's
never
awesome.
had any knowledge of that.
That's where I found that.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember hearing his name associated with that, and I was trying to recall why exactly, but it sounded like he was an unsung hero.
Wow, that's super cool. This is this kind of serendipity. I kind of throw these things out there. I would have never known that had I not brought this up. So I'm super appreciative of that. That's something that we should definitely look into. And I know that they did. I don't know if they did a movie or some sort of TV show on him on kind of like his life and stuff like that. I know that I saw something like that, but you may want to look that up as well. But what an incredible story that he had, and it's very unsung. I think. And I think a lot of baseball people know it. But our friend Matt Massingham on Facebook actually did a book report on him in 7th grade.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
And, Michael, for you and I, Jim Abbott is a member of the Baseball Reliquaries Shrine of the Eternals.
That's right. And explain what that is.
How do I say this? The Baseball Reliquary is a group that takes care of baseball history, and in their organization, they look to honor people. Not your traditional impact on baseball. If we look for people like a Jim Abbott, who made such an impact even with the handicap they had, be looking to feature women who made an impact on baseball, minorities, things like that.
Right. So somebody who just went in was the Clown Prince of Baseball, Max Padkin. If you watch Bull Durham, he's in the opening minutes of that movie.
Michael got to meet him.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I have a Max Padkin story, which I will save for another episode. It is quite good. It's worth waiting for. Bob Costas was just inducted. And
Rube Foster, who helped create the original Negro National League in 1920. So it's part of the celebration of the 100th anniversary of the first official Negro League that existed in baseball.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really great organization. Kevin, where can they find more about the
baseballreliquary.org? That's baseball and then RELIQARY.org. Like a couple years ago, we went and it was like the San Diego chicken is famous chickens there, just in his costume, hanging out with people. They honored like the organist for the Chicago White Sox. I can't remember the name right now.
No, Nancy Faust.
Thank you, Nancy Faust. Where she literally like was the organ player for the Blackhawks, the Bulls, and the White Sox.
Yeah,
those are kind of the honor.
Yeah, and Harry Carey is seen shirtless, like next to her. That was a big deal in the early '80s. J.R. Richard was there last year. So I mean, it's a really great. It's a super great group of really hardcore baseball fans that honor people that might not have, that should be remembered and that might not get the recognition.
And they're based out of Pasadena, so if you live in the LA area, good. You want to like help a baseball organization that looks into baseball history and just keep baseball alive.
Absolutely. All right, so that is it for. Did anybody else have any closing thoughts? Did you, John?
I say turn off your safe search before you look for Harry Carey shirtless.
I'm like,
yeah, there's actually some great Harry. Maybe I should pull some old Harry Carey stories for. I know that he's pretty controversial for the way that he lost his St. Louis Cardinals announcing job. So I'll have to bring that up in future episodes.
And we can talk about Bob Costas' famous basketball.
Yeah, he has a great St. Louis history as well.
Yes.
All right, so that is our show. We have almost gone an hour and a half hour longer than we've ever gone. So we really want to. That's really fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. TopGun Talwar, John, thank you so much for joining us. Did you have anything that you wanted to promote, or where can we find you on social media?
Mostly on on Twitter, handle TopGun Talwar. Very active on there in terms of talking about my wrestling history, or even baseball. Typically don't share like political views and whatnot, but I tend to lean more on talking about wrestling. But you can find me on there. Very active.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. We had a blast with you being here, and especially being our first guest. So thank you so much. Kevin Lyon, where can we find you?
If you have Instagram or Twitter, look me up at Lock and Loll. That's LOKNLOLL. You can follow what I'm up to on there. Not as much these days because I'm at home, but whenever I get a good beer or a good snack, I'll usually post that up. And since I regularly plug them, if you live in the Anaheim, Orange County area, look up Redbeard's Tap Room in Anaheim. They have a great selection of craft beer on draft in cans. And if you live in Anaheim, be sure to check out in downtown Anaheim. This is a great tip. You live in that area. There's a Japanese beer bar called Bizen Beer Bar, Bizen Beer Bar. That's part of a cafe, open 8 to 4, Tuesday through Sunday. Right now, they have Mason jar, 32 ounces of their beer they have on draft that they can't sell, but now they're selling it. $7 for their craft beer for a 32-ounce jar, and $10 for their Japanese beers for 32-ounce Mason jar. Good deal.
Kevin, you will always be my hero, drinking beer in jars. Angelo, how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining us, and where can we find you?
So minimal social media presence for me, but if you want to follow me on Facebook, Angelo Trinidad, to see cute pictures of my kids. So I am currently winless in Pack Wars, but I have 3 beautiful boys, so I am batting 1,000.
There you go. Exactly. Kevin doesn't have any children. We all have children on our thing, but we are his children, Kevin's children. He's our father. I feel the same about my son as well. So thank you so much for joining us. And this has been tremendous. I mean, I cannot tell you how much this means to me as far as doing this weekly. It's been a great outlet. We're hoping that everybody enjoys it, and we're getting better at it every week. And we will see you next week here on the Beer Baseball Blogcast. You can catch us on Twitter at look up Beer Baseball, Instagram, Facebook, Beer Baseball Blog, YouTube, Beer Baseball Blog. We're on Twitch now. We have an Etsy store that's coming that I will promote later, so you can support the show. But that is it from us. And we will not see you at the ballpark. We will not see you at the brewery. But we will see you here next Tuesday. Thank you guys for joining us, and what a great discussion. Kampai. Thanks.
Kampai.
Take care. Bye-bye.